Y'all do y'all
How
thing. Y'all
y'all
cook.
doing? How y'all doing? Here we are. We are live. Welcome to a special edition of Family Talk. Let's discuss it. The Great Goat Debate. I am Telly Talavis, Mr. Who Loves Your Baby. And we have Mr. No, my bad, Dr. Skywalker.
As you right,
Ain't
Doctor
that high?
today, Doctor
He's,
Skywalker today, because
he's,
I'm sick of the slick shots, the jabs, and the I am here today to defend Goat James and all his glory, and he is better than that bald-headed ball hog that you people hold so dearly to your hearts. So
all right.
we here to do it today because
Hey,
I'm sick of it.
hey, I just tagged y'all in it so y'all can share it to y'all
I
page.
got it right now.
Yeah, shit. Oh man, I ain't got no my Facebook notification didn't come up. Hold on. I'll be back. Because I'm on my phone. Don't go nowhere. I gotta close this out, I guess.
I ain't going.
Hold on. Let's see.
Dr. Skywalker, this man was talking hot garbage while he was waiting on you.
That's what Telly do. That's what he do. He's so hot. He sold out. So I was like, nah, we're gonna have it out today.
Dr. Skywalker, this man was talking hot garbage.
That's all right. That's all right. We're gonna make it happen. I'm getting on my thing right now.
Let me try to see if I could copy the link on here.
Oh, I'm getting on right now. Oh no. All right. Move the trash.
There y'all go. I am putting it on there.
Yeah, so I'm here.
I have shared the page.
I've shared it. I've shared it on mine too.
Fellas.
Yeah.
I've just put the link in the actual. Oh no, that's the one I shared. Hold on, let me try to find a Family Talk one.
There we go. It is all shared.
I'm sharing.
That's right, Nick. It's Stephen A. Smith right over there. You are absolutely the man. Come with the suit and tie. I am ready.
I want it to be professional as possible.
And I respect that.
Hey, fellas, I shared the link into the Family Talk post. So if anybody trying to get on, let's see if they can click that link and see what it'll do. And I'm putting it on our YouTube in the YouTube comments too for the page.
How you doing, Elijah? Thanks for joining. Young man, you about to get a lesson. Get a pen, paper, jot down these notes.
Ain't no jot down these notes. Jot down what notes? What you want to talk about?
Man, we are here. I want to hear you tell me in what aspect is LeBron better than Jordan?
In what aspect?
In what aspect?
We can talk about rebounds. That's a fact he's better than.
We can talk about what?
We can talk about rebounds. We can talk about assists. We can talk about
rebounds and assists.
We can talk about actual scoring points. We can talk about facilitating points. We can talk about bringing the ball up the court. We can talk about playing multiple positions. It's however you want to talk about it. We can talk
my goodness. There is nothing LeBron is better than Jordan than but losing.
So LeBron is only better than Jordan at losing. Is that all you got?
I mean, I got more than that. 10 scoring titles. We got 10 scoring titles.
Well, I mean, it's easy to score points when you take a lot of shots.
You've seen the defense in the 90s. That's football. That's football with basketball in the 90s. It was no one averaged 30 points, but he did.
That's because they didn't shoot a lot of threes back then. Ain't my fault that they didn't
Hey,
know how to
they
facilitate.
didn't shoot a lot of threes. They didn't have to. That is amazing for a guard. Now a guard that's 6'6" in a center power forward dominant era. People 7 feet, 6'11", and he's outscoring them.
That's great. Every dog has his day. Michael Jordan.
He had more than a day.
I'm not saying Michael Jordan wasn't great. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is that when you put Michael Jordan and LeBron next to each other, LeBron is the better player. Michael Jordan had a great situation. He had a great team, right? He had a great important cast. What?
When did he get his great team?
Oh, the first after 7 years after he got bounced in the first round and didn't make it to the playoffs. Them 7 years. He didn't get a great team until after 7 years, but he got one after Pippen got there. After Pippen got there, all of a sudden, Michael Jordan was Michael Jordan. But before Pippen got there, he kind of was just, he's a decent player in Chicago. That guy in Chicago, he's a damn good player in Chicago. Then all of a sudden,
before Pippen got there, he was Michael Jordan. We forget the 63 he dropped on the Celtics? Took the Bulls to overtime against how many? 5 Hall of Famers on their team. By himself, single-handedly, almost beat them dudes. Them dudes could beat him by only 2 points.
But yeah,
by himself.
But did he win?
Okay.
The GOAT's supposed to. What's
you guys tell me. LeBron was up against odds against Golden State and all this. He gets blown out. Jordan loses by 2. By 2. He's supposed to get blown out.
Look, LeBron didn't have the team that Michael Jordan had. We could go circle about this all day.
Let's talk about winning then. Once Jordan won, he never lost again.
Like I said, it's easy to win when you have consistency. And when you keep that consistency and you bring in better, it's always going to be easy to win. You never break up the team.
LeBron formed teams and lose. I mean, let's be honest. The first year when he was with the Heat, everybody was healthy. They went to the finals.
They did.
Up 2-1, loses to who? Only Dirk Nowitzki. I know you don't think Jason Terry and all them other cats was that great against that Heat team. Lost.
It was their first year. They were forming chemistry.
Okay, that was their first year. Second year, they beat the Baby Thunder with the help of referees because the Thunder, the first game, what was the first game? Thunders beat them by 45. It was going to be a runaway. They had to stop the Thunder from ruining because the league celebrated the Heatles.
All right.
They celebrated the Heatles.
Tell it. Listen. For you to say the simple fact that for you to downplay the Mavericks. Let's
Wait
not
a minute,
forget.
I ain't downplay the Mavericks. I said they only had Dirk Nowitzki.
Okay, so what do you think about Kobe? Because who did they beat to get there?
I love Kobe. Kobe, the second best player of all time.
Oh, but the Mavericks beat Kobe, right? Oh, okay. We forgot about that part.
They beat Kobe. I didn't say the Mavericks was garbage. I'm saying the firepower the Heat had, that was a wrap. He should have won.
What firepower? He had Dwayne Wade.
What firepower? Okay.
He had Dwayne Wade
and Chris Bosh? Wait a minute. Do they have Shane Battier?
Who?
I mean, who? Okay, man. We just gonna downplay the people. Okay, cool. But all you need is Wade. No, we don't downplay Scotty. We don't downplay. People try to make Horace Grant seem like he was a perennial, but Horace Grant was a decent person, decent player. I'm not saying he was garbage, but what did he do after he left the Bulls?
What grade would you give Horace Grant? Oh, clearly he beat the Bulls when he left.
What you mean? Oh, okay, my bad. He beat a Jordan who just came back from baseball with like what 15 games left. Okay, cool.
Who told him to leave?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. So yeah, not a basketball say.
Hey.
Okay, I'll give you two. He won. It's in the record book.
Remember that he quit. He quit on the NBA. He
didn't quit. The man retired. The man dad was killed. The man dad was killed.
He quit. Jordan quit. Ain't nobody quit and you come back, you're a quitter.
He retired. The man dad was murdered.
Listen.
I mean, it was amazing that he played, and came back to play.
Take some time off. You know what I'm saying?
He did. He took some time off. He went to go play baseball.
And he sucked at it too.
Okay, man. I played baseball when I was a little. I can't just go pick up a bat right now and be as good as I was when I was younger.
Yeah, but you ain't at it.
But he was starting to get better. It was starting to come together. He was starting to hit home runs and stuff. Now it was coming, but now then he said, you know what? I got to go back. And what did he do? Yeah, you can say the Magic beat him. Cool. I'm not saying the Magic. It's in the record book. The Magic beat him. Cool. What did he do that summer? He went to go film Space Jam, the original one. We're not going to talk about that. And while he was down there, he had them build him a gym. And he invited players down, and he got that stroke back. What happened the next year, 72-10? What happened every time he saw the Magic? Put his foot in their behind. So, and it still was the same Magic team that went to the final.
Like I said, Magic probably had, what, a 1-2 punch? They had Shaq and Penny Hardaway, I believe.
Shaq, Penny, Dennis Scott, Nick Anderson, Horace Grant was there. You know, Horace Grant.
but you gave Horace Grant a D grade, though.
I didn't say a D. I never gave a grade.
What you gave Horace Grant then? Since he didn't get a grade, what you gave him?
Horace Grant, honestly, when he was on the Bulls, he B plus, C minus. He was in there.
How you go from a B plus to a C minus? That's a big gap.
My bad. B minus, C plus.
Okay.
Forgive me. I was a little excited.
Okay. All right.
So I'm not saying he was a garbage, but he wasn't a perennial all-star. And he wasn't like a big-time scorer. He was a 13-10 guy, 15-10 guy. You know, that's decent. Then, okay, they transitioned from that after Jordan retired. They bring in Rodman. People trying to make it seem like Rodman was one of the best defenders and the best rebounder. He wasn't relied upon for scoring. So it really wasn't a big three. It was still Jordan and Pippen. And they beating everybody. They're beating everybody.
But it wasn't just Jordan and Pippen. You had Steve Kerr, Tony Kukoc. You still had.
Yeah. I didn't say we didn't have, but okay. Compared to the role players LeBron had and the help he had, Steve Kerr.
What helped?
What helped? Okay, my bad. What helped?
Dwayne,
I mean,
a decent Chris Bosh. He had
a decent Chris Bosh.
A decent Chris Bosh.
A decent Chris Bosh was a perennial all-star and a leader of the Toronto Raptors. He was what, the number 2, number 1 power forward of that time.
He was good. He was good. And
he was good.
He had
the man going to the Hall of Fame. He good. Okay, cool.
I bet he won't be a first ballot Hall of Fame.
Hey, brother, it doesn't matter what ballot you're going.
Mike Jordan played with a lot of first ballot Hall of Famers. Not
Who?
all.
Who? Just Pippen, right?
Steve Kerr.
Who?
Steve Kerr.
Steve Kerr. You think Steve Kerr gonna make the Hall of Fame?
I don't see why he would. I mean,
no, I was shocked that Tony Kukoc made it. And that's my guy. I was shocked
that Tony Kukoc made it. Why?
What? Why? Look here, man. I'm not saying Tony Kukoc is garbage. I'm not saying Tony Kukoc, once again, was a decent guy. You know, decent six man. You know, decent. Did he average over 20? No. He did not average over 20 points a game.
It's a lot of players that don't average over 20 points a game, but them
10 I know.
Points, but them 10 to 15 points, when you consistently give them, you become a very important player, right?
Okay. So name other players on the Bulls, because you know I can name them all. Pete Myers, Dickie Simpkins.
From all 6 of those championships.
All 6.
Michael Jordan had a stable ground for him to play the way he played, right? We give him that. He played great. Michael Jordan did what he did, but he had the coaching. He had Pippen, all 6, and he had stable role players all 6 years. And they
you said he had the coaching. You say he had the coaching. Okay, we all know Phil Jackson is a great coach, but then would you put Phil Jackson and Tyronn Lue and Eric Spoelstra in the same sentence? Okay, because you can say LeBron had coaching too. They won championships with him.
You know damn well Tyronn Lue wasn't no good coach. Tyronn Lue was a game man.
Okay then. Tyronn Lue wasn't no good coach.
Okay.
So you saying LeBron James made Tyronn Lue, right?
Phil Jackson left the Bulls and won 5 more championships. That just goes to show you how good of a coach Phil Jackson is. He knows
Phil Jackson is a great. He can meld the egos. Yes, he can. He can get people to put his egos aside. Yes, but he had Shaq and Kobe, though. Think about that. He had Shaq and Kobe.
And they still got beat by the Pistons.
Pistons was what? A great team.
You know, that's funny. That same great team got beat by LeBron, though.
You know, they was a great team. Oh, dude, they was okay. They're only young. I mean, come on. Chauncey Billups was how old by then? I mean, only Rip was really the young one on that team.
Wasn't Tayshaun Prince the youngest person on that team?
No, Rip was.
Rip was?
I think Tayshaun had moved on. But Rip was the last one because Ben Wallace, I forgot what happened to him. Rasheed Davis, Rasheed Wallace was already on there. Rasheed Wallace didn't he just leave like the Trailblazers and came over there? So he was already, you see his hair going bald. He was finished. You know, his point production was dropping. Yes, dude. And people, if anybody want to say, well, Shaq and Kobe had Karl Malone and Gary Payton, them boys, they was at the end of their rope when they joined the Lakers. They was at the backside of their career. I read an article about them. They was trying to get Karl Malone to be more involved. They wanted him to score more and help out. He was deferring. So we'll talk about that later because LeBron hasn't passed Kobe yet. You know, so I don't know how.
How?
He had the Kobe got what Kobe got? 5 rings?
How many of those? Because
two losses, 5 and 2.
How many of those because of Shaq? No,
what? He got 2 rings without Shaq. He got 2 without him. 2 without him.
He got more than 2 losses. He got 3.
No, he got 2 rings without Shaq. They only got 3 rings together. 3 rings together. And wait a minute, Kobe beat the Celtics. Think about that.
Yeah, he beat the Celtics the year after.
And he beat the Celtics after they beat him. You don't hear him complain. You didn't hear nobody. Kobe wasn't complaining. He went to war with what he got. Your boy go to war, and I need help. I need somebody to do something. I can't survive.
I can't do it by myself. So that's the problem that he can't.
Kobe did it by himself. Didn't Kobe do it by himself?
He had no.
I mean, don't think. Oh, Pau Gasol ain't no bum. I ain't saying you're a bum.
He was.
But the caliber. Would you take KG or Pau Gasol?
Andrew Bynum held his weight. He did.
What happened to him? What happened to him?
He was supposed to do. He did what he was supposed to do.
What happened to Andrew Bynum? He fell off a cliff after 25. Well, let me ask you. Come on.
He probably said.
Would you take Kevin Garnett or Pau Gasol? Honestly.
Would I take who?
Kevin Garnett or Pau Gasol?
I would take Kevin Garnett.
Exactly. Kobe went to war. Couple of bullets in the chamber against us. a team that had Rondo also. Now, don't forget Rondo when he was younger, man, he was making it happen. So LeBron ain't even past him, let alone can touch Mike.
Listen, Kobe.
Listen,
we're not here to talk about Kobe.
We're not here to talk about Kobe. But that was just context saying that LeBron is still behind Mike.
Kobe was a great player.
He was.
Kobe had a mentality.
1B.
Always gonna love Kobe for his mentality. Right?
Yes. And what mentality did he display? That Jordan mentality. That Jordan mentality.
You're right.
Kobe actually took the words "I want to be like Mike" to heart. That's what nobody's saying. I want to be like LeBron. Ain't no Gatorade commercials for that.
You got two guys that take 40 shots and score 40.
Oh my God! It doesn't listen, baby, because that's what they do. They don't let the team lose.
You're right. You don't let the team lose because why not? Why be the only person to shoot the ball? Be a ball.
Hold on. Whoa. Wait a minute. Let me ask you a question. Because maybe have you ever seen in real time, maybe you was young, a Michael Jordan basketball game?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I don't know how old you were when you seen it. I know how old I was. But we would sit there. Going into the fourth quarter, Bulls can be down by 10, 15. And we say, okay, here come Mike. He's not finna let us lose. And I'll be damned. That man don't let you lose. Bring him back, Bulls win. Whenever I ever looked at a LeBron James game down by 10, 15, fourth quarter, I'm like, yeah, he lost. He doesn't have that. I don't know. He doesn't have it.
So because LeBron doesn't shoot the next 20 shots.
It doesn't matter if you shoot the next one. He doesn't have, you can look at his game. And if he losing, you say, yeah, I don't think he's going to pull this out. You never said that about Mike.
Yeah, because Michael didn't have to worry about, again, his stable ground. Michael Jordan had one job, and he perfected that one job with being Michael Jordan. He didn't have to worry about everything else around him. He didn't have to worry about this player messing up or this player messing up. He didn't worry about that. He worried about being Michael Jordan and making baskets. He doesn't have to worry about that.
Making baskets, the man, how many defensive teams he made? He had defense also.
LeBron didn't have that luxury. LeBron has to.
He didn't have that.
Ball down the court.
He don't play defense.
Somebody do good rebound. Like, come on, man.
Oh, dog, he's 6'8". He's supposed to be able to rebound, man. You 6'8".
He's supposed to rebound, take the ball down the court, do a pick and roll for himself, and then shoot a three. Get back down court, play defense, get the ball back, and go down court. And yeah, he's supposed to do all of it because every time he turn around, his team lets him down. Every single
his team lets him down.
All right, let me ask you a question, right?
Sure, answer.
When LeBron James played the Spurs, the second time
the time they ran them off the court.
They did. They lost. Okay. How effective was Dwayne Wade and or this also great Chris Bosh?
They all got blown out by old Spurs team.
But again, right? You said the same thing. Michael Jordan dropped 60. LeBron James dropped, I think 40 points in 2 of those games. One of them with a 40-point triple-double, if I'm not mistaken. It's like,
okay,
how do you want a man to do when he drops a 40-point triple-double and the people he's supposed to rely on to hit the shots that they're supposed to hit to get those consistent points they're supposed to get? What do you want them to do?
Okay. And what was the narrative? Actually, what was the narrative after that finals loss? Because I can tell you the narrative.
He left.
No, the narrative was, oh, his team got old. I'm like, hold on. The year before, it's only been a year past.
That's and
the Spurs got older. The Spurs was old the previous year.
But the Spurs,
got older.
The Spurs were in the same place as Michael Jordan Bulls was. Everybody had their job and were able to do their jobs without having to worry about the next man having to do their jobs. They had a great coach in Popovich. They had and then they had a young Kawhi. And for some reason, that second series, I don't know where the hell Danny Green came from, but that boy couldn't miss a 3-point shot that series. Danny Green was just killing him with that 3-point.
Is that the same Danny Green that was on the Lakers?
Hey, is that the same Horace Grant that was on the Bulls? We can argue.
I'm just saying. Danny Green did the same thing last year in the bubble for the Lakers. I mean,
it's like
Danny Green.
Danny Green, he was killing him.
Like I said, man, there is no argument really y'all LeBron fans can make, because I didn't even use 6-0. I'm just telling you.
It's easy to be 6-0 when you playing against a 1-2 punch or old Magic.
They was a 1-2 punch.
Bro, they were a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 punch.
Oh my God, dog. Do you see? I want you to go back and look at his playoff runs out the East. Forget the finals. Look what he had to go through in the East just to get out the East. Do you understand? No, you can't, because you didn't live in Chicago, that the New York Knicks was our finals. When we played the Knicks every year, everything stopped, because we knew that's the series. The winner of that series is going to win the title, because that was a hard-fought series. And Michael didn't lose them. After he dispatched the Pistons, he kept dispatching them. After he dispatched the Cavs, he kept dispatching them. Became the Heat, the Hornets, and the Knicks. Sometimes the Pacers. Sometimes the Pacers.
I'm looking at a comment. Mr. Sheldon Colvin Sr. said Chris Bosh was walking 25. And I agree to that. Sheldon. Chris Bosh was a walking 25-10 in the regular season and the early part of the playoffs. He was a regular 25-10. But get him in some look clutch moment. That boy folded like James Harden.
Who we talking about?
We talking about Chris Bosh.
We talking about Chris Bosh.
His unreliable self in the playoffs.
But dude, we talking about Michael Jordan and LeBron James. What are LeBron James clutch moments?
What do you want him to do? What do you consider clutch? Because at the end of the day, a man that scores 30, 40 points, I feel like you've done your job. You've done what you're supposed to do.
Okay, dog. I'm talking about, let's be honest, 3 seconds on the clock, down by 1. Who you want with the ball in their hand, Jordan or James?
It depends. I take
no. It ain't no depends. Who you want the ball in the hand? Who?
I'll take James.
James, okay. You will take. So you will live and die confidently that LeBron James, 3 seconds down by 1, he gonna clutch. You'll put the ball in his hands, and that's it.
Why wouldn't I? He's
my man.
He's the best. He's my best player on the court.
Best player over MJ.
I know.
Over MJ.
When you put that ball in LeBron's hands, I know he's gonna make the best decision with it.
Oh my God! He said the best decision.
So whether he shoot it or not, I know LeBron gonna make the best decision for it.
We didn't ask the best decision. I say with the game on the line. Who would you trust to win you the game? MJ or LeBron? They got to take the shot. It's 3 seconds. Got to take the shot.
I'm trusting LeBron. I'm gonna trust LeBron.
And you're going to lose. You're going to lose every time.
So Michael Jordan's hit every single game when he ever shot.
Man, Michael Jordan say you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
All right. So,
but he got more game winners percentage. I'm gonna say percentage-wise, because Mike never really let his team be down like that to keep having to take game-winning shots. But when he take them, he make them. You know what he doing. You know that ball going in Jordan's hand, and he gonna make it. There was no doubt in your mind. Like, you just felt it, that you was shocked when he missed it. You like, damn, he missed it. You just knew he was gonna make it. You don't feel like that with LeBron. And I'm being honest. When I see him, I'm like, when he make it, I'm like, oh, he made that. I'm shocked.
Well, you know what? I give you this. If Michael Jordan shooting from inside the arc, you know, I'd be like, okay, Michael might got it, but Michael Jordan shoot outside of the arc with the game on the line, and I'll take LeBron.
Excuse me? You know how many game-winning three-pointers that man had made? You better look at his highlights, man. You better look. He's a better shooter than LeBron. Even your boy Shannon said Jordan's a better shooter.
He is a better shooter than LeBron.
So he can make that three.
There's a lot of people out there better shooters than LeBron.
Yeah, and a better free throw shooter.
But I'd rather have LeBron if I had to pick one person.
But y'all don't tell me. But see, I don't know. If you make me, I'm trying to understand what makes him the GOAT.
What makes him the GOAT?
Yes, y'all say he's the greatest of all time. What makes him that?
In my opinion.
In your opinion?
I just think he's one of the most physically gifted athletes to ever touch a basketball court.
Okay, he can be physically gifted.
He's done.
There's a lot of physically gifted. Harold Miner was physically gifted.
He's done every and anything. You can ask that man. He's played all 5 positions. That man has done everything you could possibly ask him to do. This man took a trash ass Cavs team to the final.
What trash team?
The one.
What trash team?
The one that got beat by the Spurs.
First of all, they had the number 1 seed of the whole NBA.
Why is that? Because of LeBron.
Oh my goodness.
Because of LeBron. I said, name me 2 people off that team that he took to the Spurs.
Oh my God. You talking about cats who made the All-Star team. 1 or 2 All-Star teams was on that team.
All-Star is a matter of a fashion show. It's a popular opinion.
Okay.
Who I like this year.
Say what?
The All-Star teams are a matter of
okay. We can say that. We can say that about any All-Star team.
It's a matter of popularity. Who I like.
It's a matter of popularity, but people still say, oh, well, he made the All-Star. So you got to get noticed. So he had a couple of cats that got noticed for him to get the number 1 seed, unless you just saying the whole East was trash that year. The whole East was just trash. And
I mean,
they win 66 games.
Why was they noticed? Because of LeBron.
Okay. They was noticed because of LeBron.
Cool. LeBron James doing what LeBron James do, other people are on the court and they get noticed, they get recognition, and okay, this dude's doing a little good, so we'll throw him in the All-Star game too because he looked good this year. But I bet when they left LeBron, they looked like trash. All I'm saying is,
I'm saying is you still didn't answer the question of what makes him the GOAT, because you gave me physically gifted, and I'm like, everybody who makes the NBA is physically gifted.
But
so
LeBron James just does it better than anybody else.
He does it better. So he's better. Okay, he's better than Kevin Durant, right?
He's the most valuable person on the court at any given time for the last 12 years. Like, think about it like this. Let
me ask you then. I'll give you that. He's valuable to his team. Cool. He's the most gifted physically. He can do it all. He took a trash Cavs team, a couple of them apparently. What people tell me, a couple of the teams was just trash. He took them there. What happened to this year? Why couldn't he take this team, who they had some players now? They had some decent players. Even after AD went down, he still had better players than he had on that Cavs team, but he couldn't take them there. What happened?
He can't do it by himself. The man needs.
He can't do it by himself, but you just said he did it by himself with Cleveland.
That's a younger LeBron. I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness. He's the same age as 36, right? Jordan won a championship at 36. So come on, man.
Last year at 35?
Huh?
LeBron just won one last year at 35 when he had
he won one at 35. Yes, I said Jordan won one at 35. Okay. At 36, at 36, Michael Jordan won the championship. Okay. LeBron is 36 this year. And he had a better team than he had with the Cavs. But now we saying age?
Michael Jordan at 36 had a better team than LeBron did at 36.
Buddy, 36 is 36. I don't care what era it is. A 36-year-old and 77 is same as a 36-year-old right now. 36 is 36.
Look,
can you ask me
What's up?
We can talk about who is this on here? We can talk about Jordan from 83 to 91. 91, he won a championship. I don't see it. Just say family talk. Let's discuss. That must be Jim. I'm like, so what I'm talking about is what happened this year. So he's saying Father Time is tapping him on the shoulder. He getting, that's it, Father Time. You know, it's a time for him to retire.
I'm saying that this year, his Scottie Pippen got hurt. All right.
Okay.
You want to talk about whatever? How many times did Michael Jordan even make it out the first round of the playoffs without Scottie Pippen? Like you can't expect LeBron.
He wasn't there. But what about the time when he was there? And Scottie missed how many games? How many games did Scottie miss? Somebody, quickly now. Was it 50? Scottie missed 50 and Jordan held the ship together? They still had an above 500 record?
All right. But when Michael Jordan left, did the Bulls not go to the Eastern Conference Finals after he retired?
No. They went to the semifinals. Oh. They was playing to go to the finals. Okay. And what they was playing. And why was that? Because everybody on the Bulls team, not the people, not the critics, players said that Michael Jordan, and this prepped them because every practice with him, he played like it was a game. So when he left, they kept up that same intensity.
Okay, that's great.
He trained them.
And when
LeBron ain't trained anybody because
LeBron trains them every day. Listen,
who has he trained?
Practice.
LeBron is a team destroyer. A team destroyer.
A team destroyer.
Okay, well, explain to me if he helps mold people and what happened with Brandon Ingram them left? Got traded away. Look at all of them. Away from LeBron. Oh, my God. If they would have had those boys instead of who they had, AD can go down all he wants to. LeBron in the finals. I said that. If they had all them boys, they in the finals. They in the finals. You can't deny that Brandon Ingram, Julius Randle, Lonzo Ball, all of them took it to a whole nother level. They're on a whole nother level.
I can say this. I give you Lonzo Ball because Lonzo Ball was there young and he got to the Pelicans and he had time to mature and he's a little better than he is now. So Lonzo Ball coming back. You're right. Lonzo Ball now would probably be way more beneficial than he was before. I give you.
And Julius Randle.
Julius Randle is a good key piece too. And
Brandon Ingram
is a good key piece. But we not talk about all these roles because we talk about Michael Jordan and LeBron James.
That is in the context that LeBron could not mold these guys. Jordan molded players.
What happened when LeBron James left the Cleveland Cavaliers? They didn't even win 20 games that season, did they not?
When they left, what happened?
Did the year LeBron left?
What team was this? Because he left many teams. Which team was this?
He left the Cavs, right?
Okay. And I said that. I'm like, he was the system.
20 games.
He was the system.
20 games.
He was the system. They ran everything through him. When you unplug the system, of course they're going to crash. That's like taking the cord out of a device. Boom. But what happened, though? They drafted Kyrie, and they was coming up. You can see the steady progression of that Cavs team.
And what happened?
They was coming up. That's why Kyrie himself said we don't need that dude. That's why Kyrie was upset when they brought LeBron. He's like, we don't need him.
Shut his ass. And the only reason Kyrie got a ring to this day is because LeBron James. So he should be thanking that man.
What?
He should be thanking that man.
Man, LeBron should be thanking Kyrie. I don't know what finals you was looking at, but if Kyrie don't keep dropping 40 points, Golden State beat them. Kyrie said he was the real finals MVP, not LeBron James. Kyrie was killing.
Okay, because Kyrie's how Shannon Sharp said you don't get no credit for digging yourself out of the hole that you put you in. If Kyrie
goodness.
Goodness. then it wouldn't be down all the points. You wouldn't have to score all the points. LeBron James.
Show me a teammate Michael Jordan had dropping 40 points.
Probably Scottie Pippen.
Nope. Scotty, nope. Do you know Scotty for his career only averaged 17-7? But Scotty was all around also. So he got 17-7. But he got 8-9 rebounds.
But he
had 2 steals. He was some assists, like 8-9 assists career-wise. But never did Michael Jordan have a 40-point, 30-point, 25-point a game player next to him. LeBron didn't have several.
I tell you what, we go. Let's look.
Pull some stats up. I am not afraid of stats because you're gonna get your feelings hurt when you pull the stats up. Brandon say you looking like Shannon.
Skip.
Yeah, I know.
My turn to talk, Skip.
I'll be in here like I want to debate Shannon so bad. I'll be like, Skip, you need to get out the way. You don't know what you be saying. Skip be acting like he's scared to say something. But I'm telling you, the man, and we ain't even gonna go about influence. We already know he's still the most influential athlete of all time. Because you're still talking about the man 20 years after he retired. Come on, Google, bring him up.
I'm trying to find the right stat line.
Okay, I know you're trying to find the slant stat. I know, so you can slant it to make it look like, they say numbers don't lie, but you can slant those numbers to, give you an illusion.
Look, I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying
I'm talking about the nitty-gritty. And like your boy Shannon say, please make sure it's in context.
It's in context?
Yeah, it's in context. Don't leave nothing out. Put it all in.
I'm going to give it to you in context.
I hope we do, Brandon. This is good entertainment.
What year was that they won?
What year? Who won?
Okay, all right. It was.
If you're talking about LeBron, he only won 4 times.
It was 2016.
Okay, 2016. Oh, you mean that cheating NBA Finals? Okay.
Wow. So now it's cheating because LeBron won.
What? Wait a minute. Well, they not down 1-3. Heading back to Oracle, and then magically Draymond got suspended. Okay, cool. Then the next game, did you watch game 6?
We not finna
Hold on.
Act like Draymond don't be acting like a whole.
Hold on, game 6. That's why I said Draymond, but then game 6, all of a sudden, the defensive MVP and Steph Curry, all of a sudden the refs blowing that quick whistle. We. Curry couldn't play defense no more. We're blowing that whistle. That's why Curry got frustrated through his mouthpiece. He was like, come on now. But that's okay, though. We gonna pretend like that didn't happen. We will.
Right. All right, so I'm looking at the stat line.
Okay, look at the stat line. And what was Kyrie's stats? Just tell me.
Oh, let's see. I'm gonna look at the last game just to see what.
Yep, let's look at it all. I'm gonna give you time to get your stats together.
All right, I'm looking at it. I got Kyrie.
I just want to know, what was Kyrie's stats?
Hold on. All right, see if they pull them out very simply.
Okay, I know, man. You're having technical difficulties today. '16, people.
Yeah, I don't understand. I'm trying to pull up them all up.
I know you're trying to pull it up, man. It doesn't exist, but let's go.
It takes me to all these stupid websites that have nothing to do with nothing. Like like you telling me Kyrie's height. Like I know the nigga's 6'2". Like I don't care about his height. I want to see I want to see his final stats.
Please show his final stats because I was watching. The boy was amazing. I just knew he won MVP because without him, your man's ain't winning. Be quite frankly honest, without Ray Allen, Lucky Heave 3, he ain't winning. But hey, we ain't talking about that.
So that's it. LeBron James, only person. So you telling me? So you just like everybody else? So in the last last 5 minutes of the game, LeBron James supposed to score all the points. Can't nobody.
I didn't say that. What I said is look at Kyrie's stats, and you tell me if you got a cat scoring 40 plus right along, when has Jordan ever had that?
You saying Kyrie? I couldn't tell you. I ain't that old.
Okay, I can tell you never. And I'm not trying to be revisionist or rewrite history. We can even talk about the Wizard years.
What ain't nothing to talk about. They were just like, oh, it was more. We were more ecstatic that Michael Jordan was playing again. That's about it.
Okay, and that old man came back after sitting on the couch smoking cigars. Still was top 10 in scoring. You explain to me how that can happen.
That's what happened when you take 50 shots a game.
No, he came off the bench, remember? He didn't even start. But can be top 10 in scoring after all that. I promise you, LeBron can't do that. And he take care of his body. You see his workout videos. You know, he spending all his money. He in the gym. He pumping up. Oh, ankle sprain, 7 weeks, gone. Wait a minute. High ankle sprain is normally 3 weeks, maybe even 4.
All right. Well, he scored a total of through 5 games.
Okay, come on. I told you I'll wait on him. I like to be educated in these matters.
Like I'm having a hard time trying to.
I see.
It's not even that. It's just like it's giving me all this Okay, hold on.
Because okay,
I give you this.
Okay.
Right. I give you this. You right. That final game, Kyrie scored 41 points.
The game before that, he scored 40 plus points.
But LeBron also scored 41 points.
That's what I said. Kyrie matched him both games. And 40 plus points. When have Jordan ever had that? Never.
Okay, so LeBron had it one time.
One time. That's Kyrie.
LeBron
he was on the team.
One time, one championship run. And all of a sudden, he discredited?
Did I discredit him? I said the help he had was nothing. Michael Jordan didn't have that type of help.
Michael Jordan.
He didn't.
Michael Jordan didn't need one player because he had a whole team of people that did their job on a consistent basis.
You say, okay, my bad. I forgot. Dickie Simpkins and Pete Myers. You know, they was stout contributors like that. Come on, man.
They were stout contributors.
Man, for a game or two, they did what they had to. Scott Burrell, game or two, yeah. We talking about straight hell, like, okay, you got, what's my man name? Mike Miller. Mike Miller was what? 3-point assassin.
You notice how all those 3-point assassins disappeared during the playoffs?
Who? Mike Miller? Come on, man. Shane Battier. Okay, let's throw it.
They hit some clutch. They hit some decent shots. But again, the difference is LeBron's help was always shaky, and that's not on LeBron.
Shaky, cool. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. And tell me about if his health was shaky, then what happened when he had Isaiah Thomas and Dwayne Wade and Derrick Rose on the Cavs? If his health was shaky.
You talking about that old behind broke down team?
Oh, they went to the finals that year, dog.
Did you say Derrick Rose?
The same Derrick Rose that everybody wants now, including the Lakers. So yeah, Derrick Rose.
He didn't play like that when he played with
But
LeBron.
you know why? Because LeBron was not a leader. He couldn't mesh the talent. He could not mesh the talent. What happened? He had them all traded away. Even his good buddy Wade, he was there. Had him shipped off back to Miami, and then they get a bunch of, I forget, they get some people. They make the finals, and then what the narrative was. He didn't have any help. He traded his help away.
He traded his help away, or the front office traded his help away?
Oh, my God. We already know. Where in the world? What was that coach name? What was his coach name?
Tyronn.
What was his coach? No. Before him.
The white dude?
Yeah. What was his name?
I can't think of his name, but I know.
Me too. Dude led him to the finals his first year. Second year, LeBron had the man fired in the middle of the season when they had the #1 record. So, front office. When do a front office fire a coach who went to the finals and had the best record in the middle of the year? When did that happen? I mean, that's like
the coach ain't up to par.
He ain't up to par. Man got the team to the final the previous year, #1 record the next year, and he's not up to par. That would be like the Chiefs firing Andy Reid right now. Everybody would look at him like, what in the world are you doing?
I mean, it happens. It happens. That type of stuff happens. Sometimes getting to the championship ain't enough. You got to the championship because of LeBron James. You didn't get to the championship.
Okay. So it's safe to say he got fired because of LeBron James then.
He got fired because of the front office. They decided.
Oh my God. The front office did that?
The
front office fired a NBA Finals coach. Okay, cool.
LeBron James might have been part of the front office, but he got fired.
He got fired. I can't believe it. Oh my God. Really? I'm still scratching my head.
How can you be a GOAT? I'm not having this argument. Every
Jim Stokes Jr. Thank you.
Listen, don't listen to him. He's delusional. He's on medication. He doesn't know.
He on medication.
I'm
just saying.
I'm pretty
sure. Last year, please give it up. Last year, Anthony Davis was the best on the Lakers.
That's because LeBron wanted him to be the best.
What?
LeBron.
Okay. Okay, cool. We're going to say LeBron was passing the torch. He was passing the torch, right?
Why should my 36-year-old self be out here killing it?
He was 35 last year. 35 last year.
35. Why should my 35-year-old self, who's on the last few years of my career, when I got this 28, 29-year-old right here, that should do all the things that he should be able to do.
I understand it. I understand that. Pass the torch, groom him. Yeah. Cool. What happened this year? He didn't have he supposed to pick up the mantle and like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to show him that when the tough get going, we going to pick that team up, put them on the back, and we going. Surely didn't happen.
So what you're saying is, LeBron James picks up the torch, and because LeBron James just says, I got the killer mentality, it's in my will, we're going to go win this ball game. So LeBron James is going to go out there and score 81 points like Kobe did that one.
81 points? You don't even got to score 81. I'm just saying. You just said LeBron wanted Anthony Davis to be the best on the team last year. This year, he didn't have AD, making him the best on the team, right? The best on the team is LeBron James. That's because you said he was just sitting back and giving it last year. But if he wanted to, in other words, he could be the best on the team. He's the best on the team. Best on the team. What happened this year? AD go down. All of a sudden, it's Dennis Schroeder's fault. Dennis Schroeder's fault. Kyle Kuzma's fault. But yet wanted to keep Kuzma. They wanted to keep. They didn't send him away. Oh, we got to keep Kyle. Send everybody else away. Keep Kyle. Now it's Kyle's fault. Now Kyle got to go. It's Kyle garbage. All this, I'm just saying, man, y'all make more excuse for this dude failures than any person I know. Y'all like, no, that kid ain't bad. My kid ain't bad. He just misunderstood. He just got a lot of energy. No, that's what y'all sound like to me.
And you know what Michael Jordan fans sound like? You sound like the people that say, oh, man, that quarterback threw for 800 yards, yet he threw a 3-yard pass and the wide receiver ran the other 97 yards to get the touchdown. It's like,
hey, man, you can't blame me for the scoring of the NFL. The NFL do that. I said interceptions that are tipped or where the receiver dropped the ball and it's intercepted shouldn't count, but it does. So it's a part of the game. So it's still an interception. He still has a failure. He did not lead his team. Now, the only consolation he can say is, man, I lost to the team that's playing in the NBA Finals right now. So they're a good team. That's it.
He did. He didn't lose.
He can. That's the consolation. Hey, team went to the finals. That's a good team because they beat everybody else too. So good team, great team. But we're talking about everybody say this is the best player on the planet. You know, they say he's the best player on the planet.
Oh, he is.
And when the chips were down, all he lost was AD. That's it. And once again, he had a way better team than those garbage Cavs teams, y'all say. He should have been able to go and lead them. That's what I'm saying. The man been in the West 3 years. Only made it out one due to COVID. We ain't gonna talk about that. But
what COVID?
So he wanted to. The bubble, dude. The man got a how many month break to refresh his body? Come on, man.
Hey, he got the same break that everybody else got. That ain't
wait. I ain't saying he didn't get the same break, but was it more beneficial for him being 35? It was more being 35.
Everybody. It was more beneficial for everybody.
No, it wasn't, because as you see, when they played the full season this year, 36, he breaking down. Anthony Davis breaking down. I knew he couldn't at that age. The wear and tear and traveling back and forth, it was going to get to them because everybody started having injuries because in a condensed season and last year, everybody getting that break, that refreshing break, gave y'all the illusion, hey, everybody cool. No, when you got to boot up and go to sleep in a hotel outside of your bed and back and forth, people get hurt. We knew Anthony Davis would get hurt. Because he stayed hurt. Davis. That's your boy. LeBron had to have him. He had to have Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis was the best option at that moment.
No, he wasn't.
But that was the only one that teams were giving up.
No, he wasn't. Hey, that wasn't the only. Now what he trying to do? He's trying to get Dame Lillard. I mean, how much help did the greatest player in the world need?
The same consistent help that Michael Jordan had damn near his whole
career. Okay, if you gave Jordan Anthony Davis caliber, Dame Lillard caliber, Bulls would have won every game. 82-0. 82-0.
No, they wouldn't, because Michael Jordan wouldn't have passed him the ball.
82-0.
It wouldn't have been no 82-0.
Matter of fact, maybe his scoring would have dipped to 20 a game because he wouldn't have had to score. He could just here you go. His assist would have been up. Here you go. Do you understand? In that what was that 96 that Jordan was resting on the bench at the beginning of the fourth quarter, resting They was blowing people out. They was stomping people. Him and Scotty sitting on the bench, taking care of business. Michael was like, I can take a rest. Give him Dame Lillard type deal and
you can
Anthony Davis. That man can rest at halftime.
When you playing against a bunch of expansion teams
Name one expansion team. Name the expansion team.
Didn't Michael Jordan have like 6 expansion teams in his first like 10?
Name the expansion teams.
I know there was
Charlotte,
Toronto,
and the Grizzlies. My bad. That came later.
So there 3 of them right there. Easy butter cake wins.
I believe the Magic. I think Orlando. I believe Orlando, but they made it to the finals. So
they had Shaq.
You know, so
they had Shaq.
We talking about pretty much Toronto and Vancouver, which are still around. But come on, man. Y'all make it seem like those 2 teams just sucked all the talent out.
They were bad. They weren't good. They were bad.
So you talking about the same Toronto that had Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady?
And see what happened. They left.
McGrady man, it's Canada. Let's be honest. Kawhi left. Even the team was good in Toronto. They won a championship. He left. You don't go out you don't want to play outside your country where your family and friends can't see you and stuff like that. He was going to come back to the States. That's the only downfall about Toronto. It's in Canada. If Toronto was in New York or someplace in the States, hey, people would stay. It's a winning culture up there. So that's the only drawback is coming across the border. Other than that, well, you see the Vancouver move, the Grizzlies move, they moved. They down in Memphis.
They are down.
So people seem to leave the Grizzlies, stay with the Grizzlies. So, hey, you know that. Let's be real. LeBron did not play in an expansion era. He did not. Ain't no teams expanding. I don't even think the NBA is talking about expanding anymore. I don't know.
30 teams, and I think they're good with that.
Yeah, they got 30 teams. It's all even. Don't think about it. You know, I don't know. Maybe they're going to put a team in Vegas. Everybody talking about putting a team in Vegas. So
I don't understand why.
Because the NHL did it, and their team in Vegas is flourishing. They won the Stanley Cup their first year in Vegas. Went back again. They just flirt. They keep going to being on the verge of going to the Stanley Cup, and they're in Vegas. Baseball, talking about maybe moving the Oakland A's to Vegas. You know, everybody going out to Vegas. Raiders already in Vegas in the NFL. So Vegas.
But that stadium is a damn nice stadium.
It is a nice stadium. Vegas makes sense though, because if you move your team to Vegas, that's a tourist capital of the world. Anytime people come there, they can catch a football game, gamble, baseball. You know, boom, boom, boom. You always got a full stadium. You don't even need a solid fan base. So much tourism going on there, it's gonna pack your stadium.
I get that. But
so
back to the debate.
Right, but LeBron ain't gonna have to face an expansion team, whatever. So next year, I ask you then, next year, okay, we're gonna take this year out. Everybody was hurt this year. Fine. Everybody was. Next year, what are your predictions? Can you literally say, okay, yeah, he gonna come back? You know what's gonna happen? He gonna win the championship. Can you honestly say that?
Yeah, it's anytime LeBron James start that season, there's always a possibility of him winning the championship.
You just said the possibility. Hell, it's a possibility the Grizzlies gonna win the championship. Everybody.
It's more of a possibility. You have an expectation. You wake up and it's already the favorite. You basically you're playing against the favorite. You're playing against the odds. It's like we got to beat LeBron James. So it's like we're going against the odds on beating LeBron James. It's like, you know, people celebrate beating the Lakers and LeBron James in the regular season. But it's like, okay, we beat him in the regular season, but like, are you gonna beat him in the playoffs? Like we've seen it happen. We've seen it happen time and time again. We've seen LeBron James play against teams in the regular season and lose 2-3 times in the regular season, and then turn around and play them in the playoffs and then smoke them 4-1. So it's like at the beginning of the season, it's like, yeah, LeBron's always going to be the favorite, and it probably was the same thing with Jordan. But like with LeBron,
it wasn't the same for Jordan. Wasn't the same for Jordan. When the season started, people say the Bulls going to win the championship. They said it. They didn't say probably. They said they're going to win. Even Vegas knew they were going to win.
Well, that's the problem with the NBA. That's the problem with the NBA. A lot of people said it before. The NBA got to a point where it was very predictable. Just like people were not thrilled with the fact that the Golden State Warriors and the Cavaliers played in 4 straight finals. People were over it. They want to see.
It wasn't the fact that the Warriors was in it. They was tired of seeing LeBron and getting help to get into it, because there wasn't no way he's supposed to get in there. I mean, let's be honest. The greatest player on the planet had trouble with the baby Celtics. Unlike the Celtics was devoid, Jason Tatum then wasn't like they were now. You sitting up there looking at that series like, man, they giving him the business. Like, all they needed was one superstar. Remember, Gordon Hayward was hurt. Kyrie was hurt.
When he broke his leg, yeah, that was tragic. That sucked.
If they had one superstar, that would have been over. They came of age. They actually saw that they didn't need those 2 guys, that they had what they had. But everybody made this big deal. Everybody said if LeBron went to the West, he'd do the same thing he did in the East. He did not. He's 1-2.
You can't win them all, but
you can't win them all.
At the end of the day,
if you go to 10, you supposed to win most.
By whose standards? So
I don't know. Tom Brady went to 10 and he won 7. I don't know. By those standards.
Tom Brady's a product of the system, but we're not.
What? The man left the system and went the first year. New team.
Right. Tom Brady literally went to the best receiving core he has ever had, and then got drunk.
Time out. So whoa. When did Mike Evans or Chris Godwin stack up to Randy Moss?
They're not stepping up to. I tell you what, though, Chris Evans and Mike Evans and Chris Godwin got one more Super Bowl ring than Randy Moss.
But you said the best receiving core you ever had. So Wes Welker, Dante Stallworth, Randy Moss, please, dude. When do they stack up to them?
Oh my God! Listen. Are we not all right? Let's take a side note from.
Yeah, we'll talk football later. We'll discuss table that. But my point was,
you talking blasphemy right now.
No, I'm not. I said Tom Brady went to 10, won 7. LeBron James went to 10, won 4. So that's what I'm saying. If you go to 10, you're supposed to win the majority of it.
Ain't win one.
Huh?
Also, will LeBron James' legacy, right? Will his legacy be more intact if he just lost somewhere in the playoffs and never got to the championship?
With his legacy, he wouldn't be called the greatest of all time, would you?
If LeBron James never went to the championships, right, and didn't have those championship loss, would you still be bringing up the 10 championships?
He never went to one. If he never went to a championship, ain't no need to bring him up. He's not even in the GOAT debate.
All right, so let's say this. Let's say LeBron didn't go to 10 champions. Let's say LeBron was 4-0 in the championship.
Okay.
Would it still be like, oh man, he's still not better than Jordan because he only went to 4 championships? Or would you be like, well,
he's 4-0. What are y'all doing? Oh, I forgot. Y'all do that new age math nowadays. When did 4 become more than 6?
It's not about 4 being more than 6.
This is how you can measure it. I'm gonna put it. What is LeBron's record in his first 6 championships? Since he went 10, Jordan only won 6. In his first 6, what's his record?
Like 2-4.
Exactly. Jordan undefeated. End of discussion. There you go.
Jordan.
That's like with Tom Brady. That's like with Tom Brady and Joe Montana. Joe only went to 4. What was Tom's record in his first 4? I think it was 3-1, maybe even 4-0. I don't know. I gotta look that up.
3-1.
Oh yeah, he might have been 3-1. Because I know he won 3. He won 3 in 4 years. That made him 3-0. The next time he went, I don't remember because he got so many. He got so many appearances. I don't know if he won it or lost it. That's how you can measure it, sum it up. LeBron is 2-4 in his first 6 appearances. Jordan is 6-0. You can explain to me how LeBron played more years than Jordan and just not catching them in pass. The man retired twice.
No, he quit once and retired once.
He retired twice, and LeBron took all this time to catch him in stats, but didn't catch him in championship. Come on now.
Because everybody's just handing out championships. You got to play the windows. Everybody can pass stats. You got
when Jordan was winning championships, nobody ate. Only Mike ate. Everybody get second place in scraps. People won on LeBron. Other superstars. Jordan prevented Hall of Famers from winning championships. To this day.
Oh, Lord.
He didn't? He didn't prevent Hall of Famers from winning championships.
Those Hall of Famers had what? One great player and one decent.
One great player? Oh my God! The Utah Jazz had more than one great player.
What they had?
The Seattle Supersonics had more than one great player.
They're not even a team. Nobody cares about the Seattle Supersonics.
The Suns had more than one great player.
I don't
exactly. Ewing. The Knicks had more than one. The Knicks had one great player, but they had a bunch of solid dudes though.
Patrick. Okay, and that's what Michael Jordan.
And the Lakers. Look at the Lakers. They had more than one great player.
And Michael Jordan beat the Lakers on their downhill right before Magic Johnson was about to retire. What?
You know how old Magic was? You know how old he was?
I have.
He was only 30. Jordan was 28. So
he beat him at the end.
But that's right before Magic came out that he had HIV. So he was still in his prime, in his top notch. Those teams, Isaiah Thomas was 29. All them cats were still in their late 20s. Jordan was 28, So they wasn't old. Like I said, he prevented, but the Pistons was also 2-time defending champs. He's knocking people off. He started knocking people off and kept them knocking off. He prevented Hall of Famers from winning the championship. And when he retired, that's when Akeem Olajuwon and Clyde Drexler them finally won the championship.
What do you want me to say? When LeBron James retires, that's going to open up the door.
Man, he don't got to retire. That's what I'm saying. People winning on his watch.
Listen, I tell you what, when LeBron James retire, I bet you the Golden State Warriors win a couple more.
What?
I bet you the Golden State Warriors win a couple more.
Dude, they might win it next year.
They ain't gonna win it next year.
They might win it next year. If they pull off the trades that I'm seeing them pull off, they talking about they're going to pull off. If they get Ben Simmons, they winning it next year. Say they not.
With Ben Simmons?
With Ben Simmons and the Splash Brothers and Draymond. They're not going to win it next year?
Yeah, with LeBron James is going to win it next year. That's my goal.
Who?
LeBron James?
He going to win. No, he not. Look, dude.
He gonna get.
I understand. Man had a long run. Can't play forever. You're getting old. Maybe he needs to think about stop trying to play with Bronny and go sit down somewhere.
Listen, LeBron gonna win it.
LeBron win another championship. Everybody gonna be hurt. That's the only way he gonna win. Do you actually think? Okay, let's be honest. We gonna be honest with ourselves. At full strength, nobody hurt. You think the Lakers would have beat the Nets? Full strength, nobody hurt.
The Bucks did it. I don't see why the Lakers can't do it.
The Nets won that full strength.
You said it full.
I said full strength. Nobody hurt. Nobody hurt. Lakers healthy. Nets healthy. You think the Lakers would have beat the Nets?
James Harden seems to disappear in crunch situations.
But you still had Kyrie, though. He don't disappear. I'm just saying full strength, everybody on the court, no injuries. Do you think the Lakers could have matched the Nets?
Yeah. LeBron.
Okay.
LeBron James,
I don't know what world you living in, but
anything's possible.
Who was going to stop Kevin Durant? Because the show won LeBron. He cooked LeBron every time he seen him.
Probably a cone. That's going to stop Kevin Durant. A cone.
Who was going to stop Kyrie?
Who was going to stop Kyrie?
Yeah, who? I'm trying to find the dude on the Lakers that can stop Kyrie.
My boy Dennis Schroeder.
Schroeder? They talking about getting rid of him. So how can he stop anybody? I'm trying to, hey, Jim Stokes Jr., I'm trying to figure out the same thing. I'm still trying to see what made LeBron better, because all I see is the man, since he was younger, required help. Tons of help. Not a smidgen of help. Tons of help.
Bruh, like Michael Jordan didn't have tons of help.
Tons. I keep on asking you, what tons? When did he have a player that can average 25, 10?
Bruh, you just named all of the points. Scottie Pippen didn't score 20, 30 points in a lot of them games. He might have.
Let me tell you something.
17 points. But
I'm talking about on a consistent basis. I just told you, Scottie Pippen, career average was 17.7.
So, okay, just because your career average is 17.7 don't mean
I never said Scottie never scored 25 or 30.
Hold on. Let me ask you this. Is this Scottie Pippen's career average? Is this just with the Bulls, or is this with Portland too? Because he didn't
we talking about with Jordan. I'm talking about with Jordan. Scottie Pippen averaged 20. 20? Did he average 20? No, 17. 17. He wasn't averaging 25 plus.
He wasn't Scottie Pippen.
You know, he wasn't averaging 25 plus. LeBron has had players who average 25 plus. That's a lot of help. And Hall of Famers. He had a Hall of Fame lineup.
You're right. He only averaged 17 points. I give you that.
Buddy, I know. I know this. I rest my case.
Hey, you rest your case, LeBron. Go.
I rest my case.
You late. LeBron's still my GOAT.
He can be your dude. And you know what? I will not take that from you. He can be your dude, but he ain't that dude.
Michael Jordan had a lot of help.
You keep saying, we just proved to you that he didn't have a lot of hoop.
Just because Scottie Pippen didn't average a bunch of points don't mean he didn't contribute to a lot.
I didn't say he didn't. Okay, let me put this to rest. Michael Jordan out his own mouth. I'm going to help you out. Michael Jordan out his own mouth with the Last Dance documentary said, you can't mention Michael Jordan without Scottie Pippen. Michael Jordan said that. Michael Jordan out his own mouth said that. He gave Scottie credit. But when you look at statistics, at the stats, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, Kevin Love, Kyrie, all these guys are 25 plus a game guys.
But they weren't that with LeBron, though. There was that before they got to LeBron.
Okay.
But it wasn't that with LeBron.
Dwayne Wade was. Dwayne Wade average went down. Well, Dwayne by himself was scoring 30, 28. LeBron came over, his scoring average dropped. Chris Bosh came over because he was the third option. His scoring average dropped. Going from first to third, And from first to second, yes, you're scoring that. But still, it was more than 17-7. You had Kyrie. What was Kyrie's? Kyrie's was 25 plus. Kevin Love production dropped.
But it wasn't no 45 plus average. He didn't average.
No, and Jordan wasn't a 45 plus average. Only in the finals did Kyrie start. Shoot, I don't know. Kyrie might have averaged 30 in the finals that year. But he had extreme help.
Since Kyrie was the only person to step up, because unlike Jordan, Kyrie didn't have LeBron. LeBron doesn't have help. He didn't have.
They won a championship. All that it'd be kind of iffy. They won a championship.
They won a championship because LeBron did.
Because of LeBron. Because of Kyrie. If Kyrie doesn't do what he did, I don't care what LeBron did. Anything, he would have been walked off the court, like watching somebody else popping champagne again. So
I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know. You don't know because you have nothing. I told you, don't have anything.
I got plenty of stuff. I've been telling you the whole time.
You telling me? Oh my
Michael
God!
Jordan's whole championship tenure came with a consistent stable.
No, it didn't. They had many turnovers. They had a lot of turnover. That bench was turned over. Dude, we had so many different centers. Luke Longley was the longest tenor. Not even.
But the staple of those.
He lasted 3 years, just like Bill Cartwright.
Hold on, but the staple of those 6 championships was Jordan, Pippen, and Phil Jackson.
And who else?
Phil Jackson, the coach.
I didn't see Phil make any shots.
But that's all right. Coordinated that.
I ain't see Phil make any shots because it doesn't matter. Because Dale Harris, Dale Harris had Shaq and Kobe and didn't win nothing. Phil came in, they won. So
point blank period, they won.
Point blank, they won. But how come if you say Phil Jackson, if you saying coaching, cool. Dale Harris should have been winning championships and Phil wouldn't have been needed.
But they didn't win championships. All I'm saying.
Remember, Phil wasn't even thought of. The Bulls' first coach was Doug Collins. Phil wasn't even thought of. Phil was an assistant. I like to think that Phil was in the right place at the right time.
He was. And Phil Jackson came in and Scottie Pippen came in and they put this immaculate team together.
Well, Scottie didn't come in, if you remember. They drafted Odin Polynice.
Well, he came in all after the fact.
He was a draft day trade once again. No one knew Scottie Pippen was going to be that good. But Wade Bosch was already established. You knew they were that good. Kyrie already established. Kevin Love already established. Now, if them cats would have been drafted and LeBron was on the team, I will give him all the credit. All the credit.
So Dennis Rodman wasn't already established when he got to the Bulls to help them beat the
Pistons. Dennis Rodman wasn't a scoring option. I said he was. Dude, we saying he won championship with the Pistons.
No. I ain't talking about Dennis Rodman as a scoring option. I'm just talking about Dennis Rodman as a key piece to the team. Because we know Dennis Rodman ain't scoring no damn points. Dennis Rodman played games where he scored 0 points. But he did his part. He was consistent in the one job that he had to do, and he did it. That's what.
Yes, he did.
He did his.
But yes, Dennis Rodman was already established as a rebounder and defensive guy. Yes. What I'm talking about is help. He helped on the defense. He helped on the board. He was not a scoring option. These other guys I named were scoring options. They'll drop you. Kevin Love wasn't a bum. He was perennial all-star.
He's
perennial.
He's not. What I'm saying is this. Michael Jordan didn't have guys that were scoring options. But like I said before and earlier, he had guys that knew their job, did their job, and he didn't have to worry about anything. So Michael Jordan could go out and play the way he played.
Role players. That's what you're trying to say.
Okay.
Yeah, role players.
He had
consistent. You proved my point. He had role players.
Role players. LeBron James didn't have consistent role players. You just
What?
took LeBron James. You threw
Yeah,
in some
superstars.
You threw in some superstars and some all-star people, and you hope for the best. And
Hope for the best. Made the championship. Made the championship. It ain't like he threw the stuff together and didn't make it.
But when the championship came up, these niggas weren't.
Oh my God! Yep, they
weren't
folded.
pulling their part. They folded.
Okay. So you said they weren't pulling their part. I say otherwise, because if they good enough to make the championship. So when the lights came on, they froze up deer headlights. Okay, basically, that's what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I don't. That's an insult to Dwayne Wade. That's an insult to Chris Bosh.
Well, look how Chris Bosh acting, and look how Dwayne Wade acting right now.
Let me tell you something. And then Chris Bosh had blood clots. The man playing, and he playing health reasons, still going out there. But it's okay though. I get it. LeBron is your guy. I want you to have your guy.
I will. And
I want you to have
one of the greatest players to ever play the game. A staple.
Thank you. LeBron James is one of the greatest players to ever play the game. I never said he wasn't, but he's not the greatest.
I know you didn't. I never said
he's not the greatest.
And you know what? Tomato. I respectfully, we can agree to disagree, and I appreciate you coming on with me tonight.
Thank you. We want to give a shout out to everybody who came on, offered up an opinion in the comments. This is what we do. This is the Family Talk family. Once again, Family Talk is Saturdays
at 9 o'clock,
9 Eastern, 8 Central.
8 Central, and
come and see us. And like, subscribe, and share.
Like, subscribe, and share to Family Talk. So when we gonna have this NFL talk? Because
we've already discussed that. And that's coming up.
We need it, and we need it bad. Because hey, listen, I was about ready to jump through the phone on B last week. The Bills are a fluke. I was about ready to jump through the phone. I was like, "What you disrespect like that?"
We was talking last night. Like, we gonna do a segment of NFL. Y'all gonna have to tune in. We will let you know because training camps have started this week. So it is time to talk some football.
We're gonna pick up that. I'm gonna put a note. I'm gonna make sure to bring up that this Tom Brady Buccaneer receiving corps is the best that Tom Brady ever had.
We gonna talk about that.
We're gonna talk about
we gonna talk about it. We want to thank y'all. This is Telly Talavis, Mr. Who Loves Your Baby.
This your boy Jody Skywalker, Mr. Toxic Tuesday.
And we're saying peace, love, and good night.
That's it. We'll holler at y'all later.